So you have finished wedging your clay, so you probably have a wet spot, and you do not want to do the next step on a wet spot. So you need to clean your area somewhere else. If you need to brush off, because you don't want dry bits of things in your way, if you want to brush off the area, please move the brush slowly so you don't kick up a bunch of dust. So you just move this slowly so that you have a nice, clean, dry, smooth area. This area is bumpy no matter how clean it is. Do not use this area. This area is good, but you obviously need to put things away and clean it up before you use it. When you're done, you don't have to scrape the clay off or anything, but before you use, you sometimes need to scrape off clay. Now, another option, if you don't want to clean that area, is to just come over here in the room, in the corner by the window, and get one of these fabric covered boards, which might be easier to clean. Okay? Smaller area. You cannot wedge on these. You have to wedge on these tables. So I'm going to go ahead and use one of these boards. Carefully move enough things out of your way. Place the board fabric side up. Take your freshly wedged clay, which remember, if you have air bubbles in, you're in trouble. So you better finish wedging 50 times. And you're going to make a ball out of it. You do that by cupping two hands and moving it around and just repeatedly cupping your hands on it to make a rounded shape. See how I'm kind of moving it around? And so it should be like a ball. Then we are going to make a hamburger patty. So we want it to be flat like a hamburger patty, not rounded. We want it to be like this board. We are going to make a slab. We are going to make our vase out of two slabs. S-L-A-B-S. So to start, you place it down. You gently make a closed hand, and you just gently bop it in the middle. Now, if you could come in close, you'll see that I'm keeping it flat here. So we don't want big bumps. We want flat. So now I'm going to flip it and repeat. I spend more time. You need to spend more time in the center, and then you go around the edges. And you need to flip this frequently so that it's not going to be stuck to the board, and so that the board keeps this flat, not bumpy. You can see I'm getting the rest of my arm involved. Notice how I spend more time in the center, but I do go around the edge. And it's flat. I don't want big, huge divots. If you're pounding on it and making divots, you're going to create air pockets and your work will explode. And you'll get a minimal. Maybe even worse, because you won't have your words on there. So if you want to pass, do it right. Notice how I'm moving around and keeping it even? And notice how I'm flipping frequently. When it's about 1 inch thick, like a nice, thick hamburger patty, then you can begin rolling it out. So that's how you make a hamburger patty. Can you please stop the film?
Go ahead.
Fabulous. Now that you rolled out your hamburger patty, you will need two slats. S-L-A-T-S. Two of them. One for each side of your hamburger patty. Then you'll need a rolling pin, and if there are chunks on here, you need to scrape them off. If the rolling pin is damp with dark spots, don't use it. Get a different rolling pin. So make sure you have a clean rolling pin. And the good news is when you're done, all you gotta do is put the rolling pin away. You don't have to clean it after you're done. You clean it before you use it, because the clay will be dry and you can just pick it off. If the clay is wet, it doesn't come off. Now, these slats go on either side of your hamburger patty. All right, and what that does is it keeps the thickness uniform so that the thickness of your slat will be the thickness of your clay when you're done. And your rolling pin needs to rest on both sides of the slab, S-L-A-B-S. So close to the slab